Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Texas relays are this weekend, and so I happily take the baton from my good friend, Mr. Weber, to talk about the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and Inflation Reduction Act and how that's benefited Texas. BP Solutions received $31 million from DOE and Lone Star Storage Hub. Heidelberg Materials received $5 million from the Office of Clean Energy Demonstrations. The Texas Division of Emergency Management received $60 million in GRIP funding for Grid Deployment Office. And that is great news for Texas, as all around the country, people are saying they're concerned about the economy and they're concerned about money. And so wanted to talk about how that money is coming back to Texas. I think that is awesome. Last weekend, we thwarted Vladimir Putin's plans, and we helped provide funding for Ukraine. And in addition to thwarting his plans, we were already thwarting his plans before that. I want to tell you how President Biden was thwarting Vladimir Putin's plans. In 2023, the United States produced a record of 38 trillion cubic feet of gas for a record 4.7 billion barrels of crude oil. And that created a record 238 million megawatts of solar power and a record 6.4 gigawatts of new batteries that were installed on the grid. But those numbers that I talked about with the gas and I talked about with the oil, that thwarted Vladimir Putin's plans. And so I congratulate the president on that. We need to keep Europe free, secure, and democratic. And Madam Secretary, you know that Texas and LNG is a big deal for Texas. And a lot of people, including myself, were concerned about the LNG pause. And I was hoping that you could talk a little bit about or explain to what extent the national labs are factoring the investment that has gone into their study. And what I'm referencing is the fact that the IRA provided about $1.5 billion for grants, rebates, contracts, and loans to support emission monitoring and methane reduction efforts here in the U.S. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, so, and Congresswoman Dingle, I think your spot's right there if you want to. Oh, you didn't know, okay, oh, sorry. I think the MMRV, the methane mitigation, verification and reporting is a really important part of the strategy for us as a nation to have LNG or NG that is well received by those who receive our exports. And so that's an important thing, and I think that the natural gas industry recognizes that as well, the LNG terminals, et cetera. Everybody's focused on making sure that we are buttoning down our methane leakage. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you were asking, but we are investing in that from our Office of Fossil Energy and Carbon Management.
Oh, good, good. I also wanted to ask you and switch gears a little bit to nuclear fuel, and specifically the Idaho National Labs nuclear fabrication and deal that they have there. Through the NDAA last year and the appropriations bill, Congress authorized and funded the Nuclear Fuel Security Act to carry out processing and provision fuel that will provide American independence from Russia in the production of nuclear energy. And the molten salt reactor in Texas is a test bed for a new nuclear reactor design and molten salt that could be used to help safely address critical energy needs when it comes to water, medical isotopes, and other important areas. Can you provide an update on DOE's implementation of the Nuclear Fuel Security Act, and more specifically, can you provide assurances that the DOE will prioritize the Idaho National Labs fabrication of a fuel that blends that blends this molten salt that is currently being stored at the Oak Ridge National Lab?
Yeah, we're excited about what Idaho is doing. We're excited about the partnership with Abilene Christian University and their efforts on this, and about how this whole effort might fit into our overall uranium strategy that was passed by Congress in the 2024 budget. So that'll be part of the fuel cycle considerations that we have through our Office of Nuclear Energy. Excited to be able to continue to work with them on that.
Yeah, thank you very much. You get back. Thank you.
Chairman yields back, and I'll go to Mr. Balderson